Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's IACAC Virtual College Exploration Program. The webinar you're going to be seeing tonight is presented by the University of Arkansas. Do a couple of housekeeping items, and then I will turn it over to our presenter. Your camera and microphone are off. You're muted, and so the panelists can't see or hear you. So how do you ask questions? You're going to use the Q&A button and type your questions in, and please ask all the questions you have. That's what we're here for. And the presenter will answer those questions. There are several sessions. There are several sessions that have already been presented. We started in the middle of September. We're going through with different sessions through like October 22nd, so there's more to come. If there's other presentations you might want to check out, you would go to the IACAC website to see what those are and sign up for those. Also, all sessions are being recorded, and they'll be available to you after, within a week or so after they've been presented live, again, at the IACAC website. So that address to get all of that information is iacac.org. So what I'd like to do now is turn it over to our presenter from the University of Arkansas.
Good evening. My name is Kimberly Clark, and I am your admissions counselor with the University of Arkansas. I am regionally based in the area, so I am here locally to meet with you guys, not during a pandemic, but I've been with the University of Arkansas since 2012, so this is my 9th travel season. I am sadly not an alumni of the university. I did go to a different state school. I did live in Arkansas for a few years, so I can definitely answer any questions regarding the South, but I love the university, and I will share all those reasons with you as to why. But I will jump right into our presentation. The University of Arkansas, we are nationally competitive, student-centered research university. We are the flagship of the state of Arkansas. We are located in Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is in the northwest corner of the state. The university itself has just over 27,000 total students and around 23,000 undergraduate students. Fayetteville has been ranked a top 5 best places to live by U.S. News and World Report the past 4 years in a row. We've been ranked in the top 5 with other cities with millions of people, where Fayetteville itself is just around 85,000 people. We have been known for a fastest growing land-grant university. One of my favorite things that I love about the U of A is that 50% of our incoming freshmen come from out of state. So outside of Texas, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee, California, Illinois is our next most populated state. So you definitely wouldn't be the only student from the area or the Midwest in general heading down to the South. And that has about 4,600 incoming freshmen. So we have over 200 academic programs for you to choose from, which I will cover, which also houses our 6 academic colleges and our honors college as well. Incoming freshmen on average have a 3.72 weighted GPA and a super score of a 26 on the ACT or a 12.55 SAT. Lots of things with being a flagship. We'll probably have most of the majors that you're looking for. We are a traditional college town, so we are definitely known for our Greek life. About 30% of our students will go Greek. Study abroad options, lots of student organizations for you to get involved in. So it's a hopping area and a cool, funky little college town. Fayetteville is also known as Fayette Chill. One of the things that I also love about where we're located is we are in the heart of the Ozark Mountains. We are top 25 schools for outdoor activities. So anything that you can imagine doing outdoors, we pretty much have except for skiing and surfing. Lots of lakes and rivers, hiking, biking, you name it, all things to do outdoors that aren't related necessarily to the university. We do have a rec center that will rent hiking equipment, biking, camping, you name it. For anything outdoors, you can rent them really cheap too. So a lot of students will go out on weekend adventures just to kind of explore the area. We have our Walton Arts Center in the area, Crystal Bridges Art Museum. We have an outdoor music amphitheater. We've had Blake Shelton come, all kinds of big name country artists, pop artists, R&B. So it's definitely a unique area of the South. We are in the northwest corner, which you can see on this map. Another great thing about coming from Illinois, if you're in the Chicago area, we have direct flights from O'Hare to our regional airport. So it's about an hour and 45-minute direct flight, and then about a 25-minute drive down to campus. So direct both ways, so it's pretty easy to get to. If you're more adventurous and want to drive, it's about a 9-hour drive. So it's a good day trip, but mostly interstate, so you can get there. Lots of good places to stop on the way. If you're going to make a college tour trip down, I'd love to give you any suggestions, so feel free to reach out regarding that. Next slide. Okay. So here's a couple highlights of different things in the area. Like I said, about 1/3 of our students will go Greek. So what I love about Arkansas is that being a traditional Southern school, Greek life is definitely an option, but it doesn't make up our entire university. So you definitely won't feel misplaced if you aren't a part of the Greek system, but it's definitely an option if you would like to go Greek. We are Division I in the SEC conference, go Hogs. Lots of school spirit, which is a great part to be a part of our athletics. Again, when it's not during a pandemic, but as you can see from the pictures, a lot of our students are involved in cheering on our Hogs, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, gymnastics, track and field, all of our sports really. Being an SEC school for Arkansas, there is no lottery system for our home games, especially for football. All of our students are guaranteed a seat. For our games, you can get what we call our Razorback All Access Pass. It's $85 for the entire school year, and that gets you in free, well, with the $85 fee for all of our home games. So you can definitely be a part of our student section. Over 400 student organizations to get involved in. If there's something that interests you that we don't have, all you need is 5 friends and you can start your own organization. That's how a lot of our students have kind of left their mark at the university. We are a top 25 school for study abroad. We do have a campus in Rome that students can study at. Our architecture students will study there, but a lot of other majors can venture on down to Rome. But you can pretty much go anywhere in the world as long as it's safe to travel there. So a lot of different options for study abroad and a lot of scholarship opportunities as well. So areas of study, we have 6 academic colleges. We have our Dale Bumpers College of Agriculture, Food and Life Sciences. This is one of our smaller academic colleges, but a lot of strong majors. Some popular ones in here are going to be our agricultural business program, animal science, which is our pre-vet track. We also have an equine science program as well, apparel merchandising and product development, and also a hospitality management program is pretty popular too. Some unique strong ones is going to be our poultry science program. We also have a School of Architecture. Our Fay Jones School of Architecture and Design is a top 20 architecture school. It houses 5 majors, and that school is automatic admission as well as all of our academic colleges. The only program where you'd have to apply separately is going to be our nursing program. But with the School of Architecture, there is a required study abroad portion to that. You can either go to Rome and study there, or you would go to South America, but it is a requirement for any of the majors in the program. Our Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences is going to be our largest academic college. This is where all the liberal arts majors will be. Of course, our popular one is going to be pre-med biology. It's our most popular major. Psychology, criminology, journalism, any of your liberal arts, pretty popular. You'll take a class within the College of Arts within your first 2 years. Definitely all your general education courses are going to be housed through the Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences. And then the College of Education and Health Professions is another larger academic college that we have. This houses our education programs. Another popular major is going to be our exercise science. This is our pre-athletic training, pre-occupational therapy, physical therapy, kinesiology. So if you're thinking that route, we do have an exercise science program for that. Nursing is going to be really popular as well. And like I said, it is a separate application to nursing, but as long as you're admitted to Arkansas, you're admitted to our pre-nursing program. You would take all the prerequisites for nursing school and then apply at the end of your sophomore year. And then our College of Engineering is pretty popular for students coming from Illinois. It is direct admit. We have 9 core areas of engineering that we offer with almost 50 different emphases. They're not all listed on here, but there is almost 50 of them. What I love about our College of Engineering is that we have a first-year freshman engineering program where we actually rotate you through each of the 9 core types of engineering that we offer. You spend a couple of weeks learning about each different one. They give you exposure to the whole field of engineering, and then you would select which area you would like to study within your second semester. And they actually pair you up with a mentor who would be an upperclassman and a couple other students from your cohort. And that would be kind of your group. But all the professors are kind of recruiting their students for biomedical engineering or civil engineering. You get a t-shirt. So it's a really exciting day when you decide on what kind of engineering. Or you may go through the program and decide engineering is not for you. That's totally fine. You're still a freshman. You still have plenty of time to find another program. Another popular academic college for students coming from this area would be our Sam M. Walton College of Business. We are a top 30 public business school in the country. We've been in the top 30 for almost 2 decades. This program, again, all of our majors direct admit. You actually start out taking business classes your freshman year. And similar to engineering, you do take a business class in every area of business that we offer within your first 2 years. Something unique about where we are located, we are home to the largest retailer in the world, Walmart. And Walmart has a rule that anyone that does business with them, they also have to have an office in our area. So we are actually home to over 325 of the Fortune 500 companies and over 4,000 individual businesses. So what does that mean for you as a student? That would mean lots of internship opportunities, career opportunities, maybe not necessarily in Northwest Arkansas if you want to come back to Illinois or go to California or check out Texas. A lot of these Fortune 500 companies have offices here, but they're not necessarily headquartered in the area, and they have their connections all over the country and sometimes all over the world. We also have professionals from the fields that you're looking at: accounting, international business, management, marketing, where they come to our campus and actually are teaching our students. So that's another great aspect to the College of Business. We also have our own career center for our business students. So the university itself has a career services for all of our students. The College of Business has their very own just for business students to help with internships, interviews, job placement, you name it, they're there for you. And then if you're interested in any of our pre-professional programs, they're all listed here on the right, but pretty much all of them are just a track. So kind of the way that works, like if you are interested in pre-med or pre-law, pre-dental, you would select which major you would like, whether that's biology, criminology, and then you would also declare pre-law, pre-med, and then you would have an advisor that will make sure that you're on track to meet those prerequisites for those pre-professional programs. If you are interested in our honors college, we do have automatic admission for honors. So if you have a 28 ACT or a 1310 SAT and a 3.5 GPA, you would be automatically admitted to the honors college, except for our College of Fulbright, Arts and Sciences, College of Engineering, and the College of Business. They do require a 3.75 GPA. This year, if you're a senior, things are a little bit different. So if you are interested in the honors and haven't been able to take the ACT or SAT, If you do have a 3.9 GPA or higher, they will allow you to apply, and it will be holistically. So that's another way where you can get into the Honors College. So I would be sure to check out their website, honorscollege.uark.edu, for more information. But perks of being the honors students, probably the #1 thing that students would say they love is they get to register for classes first. But you do, coming in as a freshman, you can live in our honors dorm. All honors students, it's a great place to live. Smaller class sizes. You do have an honors class or two each semester, so it's not like all of your classes would be honors. There is a senior thesis project that you would have to complete. A lot of opportunity for extra scholarships and grants for study abroad and different fellowship scholarships that you could be awarded. The only thing with Honors College is they will accept a weighted GPA, but they do not super score for ACT or SAT. It has to be a composite score for that. And then if you're interested in applying to the university, if you haven't already, in a typical year, we would require a 3.0 minimum GPA, and we will weight your GPA on a 4.0 scale, AP, IB, and dual credit courses only, we give weight to. And then we're looking for a minimum 20 ACT or a 1030 SAT. We will super score, so if you've taken each test more than once, we'll take your highest score from each section to make your combined score. But those are our minimum requirements, and all you would need to do is apply. You can apply through the Common App or through our own institutional application online, apply.uark.edu. There is a $50 application fee, and then there's no essays, no letters of recommendation. If you were to meet our minimum requirements, you would be guaranteed admission. You would just need to send in your official high school transcripts and your test scores. Given this year with COVID-19, we have gone test optional. So on the screen, you can kind of see the breakdown of the different options for fall 2021 applicants. So if you have a 3.2 weighted GPA on a 4.0 scale, you will be admitted without a test score. So anyone who is admitted without a test score, eventually we will need a test score. I know it sounds confusing, but the state of Arkansas does require a test score for placement and enrollment purposes, but you would have until May 1st to send those scores. You could also take the Next Generation AccuPlacer online through our testing services in place of ACT or SAT if you aren't able to do that. We also are test flexible, so if you are below a 3.2 GPA, you can see the breakdown of the different tiers, but instead, again, of taking ACT or SAT, you can take the Next Generation AccuPlacer in place of those tests. And just like ACT or SAT, you can take the AccuPlacer as many times as you'd like to. We are rolling admissions, so if you send us a bad score, it won't necessarily hurt you. Our priority application deadline is November 15th, but you can certainly apply after that. Everything at the university is first come, first serve, so that's kind of why we encourage you guys to apply early. As far as housing and then our priority scholarship deadline, the sooner you apply for admission, the sooner you can apply for our merit-based scholarships. And then this is kind of our timeline as far as how the year will roll out. Our housing has gone live. So like I said, once you apply and are admitted to the university, you can then apply for housing, and housing is first come, first serve. They kind of go in order of when students applied for housing, submitted the $240 housing contract. So I would say if we're within your top 3 or 4 choices to go ahead and apply for housing, they will refund you up until mid-March, $200 of the $240. So I always say it's worth the $40 to hold your spot in line if you care about where you want to live on campus, which most people do. But they literally let you guys pick where you want to live. So you log into the housing system and they'll show you a map of everything that's available. We allow you to pick your roommates. So it's a really cool way. I remember when I went to school, I filled out a little questionnaire and then got my letter in the mail of who my roommate was. So it's definitely a lot different experience from what I went through. You can also sign up for new student orientation next summer as well. There's no commitment to that as far as a deposit. We are offering virtual and in-person orientation, so you can kind of take your pick of what you would like as well. If you are applying for the Honors College and you are admitted, they have their own orientation, usually the end of May in a typical year. So if you're interested in honors, keep in mind that orientation would be the end of May. And then at the end of the school year, we'll definitely need your final high school transcript, and then your immunization records. But that's about it as far as like our timeline goes. And then just the scholarship application. When you apply for admission, once you submit that application, you can then access the scholarship application, which I'll touch on our scholarships after I talk about tuition and fees. So we are a public university, so therefore we have in-state and out-of-state tuition. As you can see here, kind of the breakdown for an in-state student versus an out-of-state student. So with tuition, fees, room and board, based on 30 credit hours for an out-of-state student, the total cost is going to be about $36,000 a year. And again, that can fluctuate just depending on what meal plan you select or which residence hall you choose, but that's just kind of our average. I would say typically students pay a little bit less than that if they are paying a full sticker cost for out of state. Usually we only have so many Adobe pods and suites that you can live in. So housing is going to be more in the $6,000 per year range. And then, so when you apply for admission, you are then applying for our New Arkansan Non-Resident Tuition Award, also known as our NRTA. So if you had seen the difference between an Arkansas resident cost and a non-resident cost, it was a little bit of a difference, but we have this awesome scholarship for you guys, which this year is test optional, so no test required. So if you apply for admission and you have a weighted 3.2 GPA and you are admitted, you would then automatically receive our 70% award, which will waive up to 70% off the difference of the in-state and out-of-state difference. So that award is about $11,500 per year. If you have a 3.4 GPA or higher, you would receive the 80% discount, which is about $13,000 a year. And then if you have a 3.6 GPA or higher, you would receive our 90% award. The great thing I love about this scholarship is that it's automatic, so just by applying for admission, and also you can continue to send us your transcripts throughout the year, and you actually have until you graduate to receive the scholarship award, or if say you receive 70%, you want to try and get the 80% or the 90%, you have all year to kind of bump yourself up to try and get the next level. But it is renewable for 4 years. If you're in a 5-year program, it's renewable for up to 5 years. Oh, I'm not, okay, sorry about that. And then financial aid. So our priority deadline for financial aid this year is going to be December 15th. We definitely encourage you to apply early if you can. Even if you think you're not going to be awarded anything, I would say go ahead and fill it out anyway, especially if you're not sure which school you're applying to or committing yourself to yet. But apply early, apply for our private scholarships through our alumni association, or you can also go through FastWeb, complete your FAFSA, definitely review your student aid report, and then you would receive your award notice, which actually wouldn't be until typically late spring. I would say this year was probably April or May, actually, that students were notified of their final financial aid package. But don't be discouraged, you definitely will find out in regards to your financial aid. But the best part is to apply early. I am sadly missing a screen of our merit-based scholarships. So let me just touch on that before I talk about our virtual campus visits and our in-person visits that we're offering. So as I mentioned previously, you can, when you apply for admission and complete that application, you would then have access to our general merit-based scholarship application, which is in your new student center, which you definitely get emails about once you submit the application. But other than the NRTA, we do have general merit-based scholarships, which range from a one-time, one-year scholarship of $1,000 up to $18,000 a year for a fellowship. So this is one application. So there's no essay for admission, but there is an essay for our merit-based scholarships, an academic resume, and a list of 3 works. So this is where you really want to shine and not be modest and talk about yourself. We want to know you as a student and different things that you've been involved in, volunteered, been a leaders, any sports, any awards you've won, AP, IB classes, list them all, tell us about it, and we award holistically. So that application is due December 1st, the priority deadline. And then the final scholarship deadline is February 1st. So another key point to applying early for admission is you then have access to that scholarship application and you have more time to work on it. Another great thing about those scholarships is they are stackable on top of our NRTA scholarship. So if you receive the 90% NRTA and you receive a $8,000 per year Chancellor Scholarship, you can stack that on top of the NRTA. But if you have any questions about those scholarships or anything, feel free to let me know. And then the last bit is, I know traveling around isn't very friendly these days, but we are offering in-person campus visits. They are a little bit limited right now, but there are options for students and families. You can visit our website at visit.uark.edu. You would definitely meet with one of our admissions counselors, get a great overview of the university, and then of course go out on a walking tour and kind of see campus. If it's a weekday, Monday through Fridays, probably the best days to come just because school's in session, and you'll get a really better idea and feel for what campus would actually be like if you were there. And we do have virtual campus visit tours that we're offering. So it's a self-guided tour that you could do with a student ambassador around campus. You could do a virtual visit campus presentation that you would actually see if you came to campus. It's the same presentation, but it's online. And then we have our own virtual campus tour, which is a pre-recorded tour where different people pop up on the screen and kind of take you throughout campus as well. So that's a lot of different resources for you given the circumstances right now. But here's my contact information. I also have on our virtual visit website is our chats. So I'm offering a lot of different virtual chat times throughout the year. So if you do have any questions or want to reach out, you can schedule a phone call, FaceTime, a Zoom meeting. I'm definitely here as a resource for you all. But just to cover our deadlines for you, again, our priority deadline for admission is November 15th. And again, if you apply after that, that's not a problem. We are rolling admission. Priority deadline for our merit-based scholarships is December 1st. And then our priority deadline for financial aid is going to be December 15th. But my email and contact information is here below and my cell phone number, so you can call or text if you do have any questions. But thank you so much for your time. And again, please don't be shy and reach out if you have any questions at all. Have a great evening and woo pig.
Thank you so much, Kimberly, for sharing about the University of Arkansas with all of us. Just a few reminders for our audience. All of these sessions have been recorded, so you can view them, when it's convenient for you, if you want to take a look again at IACAC.org. There will be, when you log out, a short four-question survey we'd really like you to take that helps us improve the program. And again, thank you to the University of Arkansas. Thank you to Kimberly, and everyone have a great evening.